He's crossing into the spirit world. He'll be fine as long as we don't move his body.
Did you know the world is divided into 4 nations? The Water Tribes, the Earth Kingdom, the Fire Nation, and the Air Nomads? Each nation represented by people who can control the elements of their respective nation. These people are known as benders and can control the element through martial arts and spiritual energy. However, there is only one person who has the ability to control all 4 elements, the Avatar. Hello and welcome back to Cartoon Panda, where we travel back in time and peek into our favorite cartoons. Today, we are here with Avatar, the Last Airbender.
I still believe that somehow, the Avatar will return to save the world.
Book 1, Water. Just a little bit of context. After the death of Avatar Roku, a new Avatar is born in the Air Nomads. However, the Fire Nation soon attacks and destroys the Air Nomads, trying to kill the Avatar. The only survivor is a young boy named Aang, who is then frozen in ice for 100 years. This little kid is the Avatar and the last hope for peace in the world. But to save the world, he needs to master all 4 elements and defeat the Fire Nation. Episode 1. The first episode begins with 2 siblings, Katara and Sokka, out fishing in the icy waters near their home in the Southern Water Tribe. As Sokka eyes a potential catch with his trusty spear, Katara uses her waterbending skills to trap the fish in a water bubble. However, their victory is short-lived when Katara's control falters, and Sokka shatters the water bubble, sending the fish back into the ocean and soaking himself. Sokka's frustration with his sister's magic water leads to a heated argument, only to be interrupted by a sudden shift and a subsequent run-in with a lurking iceberg, leaving them stuck atop a shattered ice field. During all this, the siblings discover a mysterious iceberg glowing with a strange light. Katara's curiosity leads her to free the encased figures, revealing a young boy and a large furry creature named Appa. This boy, who introduces himself as Aang, is astonishingly cheerful regardless of the tension around him. With the accidental display of airbending and an inquiry about penguin sledding, it becomes clear that Aang is no ordinary child. However, this lighthearted moment is cut short when Prince Zuko of the Fire Nation, seeking to capture the Avatar and restore his honor, notices the beacon of light from afar and begins his pursuit, setting the stage for an epic and transformative adventure. Episode 2. The following episode begins with Aang and Katara returning from the shipwreck site to a village filled with angry faces. Their accidental flare triggering alerted the Fire Nation of their presence, compromising the villagers' safety. Sokka, upset by this, results in Aang being banished from the Southern Water Tribe under the agreement of Kanna, their grandmother. Despite her initial decision to leave with Aang, Katara stays after a poignant conversation with Sokka. Aang, feeling unwanted, departs with Appa toward the Southern Air Temple. Katara confronts Kanna about the banishment, leaving the elder disheartened. Meanwhile, preparing for the Fire Nation's arrival, Sokka dons war paint and arms himself, determined to defend the tribe. Katara and Sokka later decide to rescue Aang, setting off on an adventurous journey with Appa as their transport. Meanwhile, Aang is trapped on Prince Zuko's ship, but he uses his amazing air powers to break free and snatches back his special flying staff. Zuko tries to stop him. Aang fights back, using a huge wave to push away Zuko and his crew. Aang jumps onto his big fluffy friend Appa for a quick getaway. During all of this, Katara and Sokka stand by Aang. They promise to help him out and stick together no matter what. Aang knows he's meant to be the Avatar and save the world, which feels heavy on his shoulders. The 3 friends decide to head north so Aang can learn more about controlling water. But Aang also wants to see some important spots before he was trapped in the ice. Episode 6. This episode takes place in a freshly made camp where Team Avatar's sparse dinner of nuts is interrupted by alarming noises in the distance. Aang, Katara, and a hesitant Sokka come out and encounter Haru, a young earthbender who flees to a town occupied by the Fire Nation. They track him down and learn of the Fire Nation's persecution of earthbenders, including Haru's father. Haru saves an old man using his earthbending, but is betrayed and arrested. What a reward for saving someone. Katara, determined to free Haru, feigns earthbending to get captured and sent to the offshore rig where Haru is held. Despite the earthbender's defeatism, Katara's attempt is initially ignored. However, a covert operation by Sokka and Aang enables a coal supply to be use as a bending material. The plan inspires the Earthbenders to revolt, overthrowing the guard. They escape on hijacked ships, with Haru and his father Tyro acknowledging Katara's role in reviving their hope. During the chaos, Katara's necklace is lost and is later found by Prince Zuko, who takes the necklace and looks out toward the horizon. Episode 14. This exciting episode took place at camping, where Katara spots a fish, and Sokka tries to catch it with his fishing rod. But Aang uses the line to make Katara a new necklace, replacing one she had lost. Sokka then tries to catch the fish by hand, but Aang, who likes Katara, gets teased by Sokka. Meanwhile, a calm man evades a platypus bear's attack, trusting a fortune teller's prediction that he would be safe. Later, the trio visits the fortune teller, Aunt Wu, who tells them their fortunes, much to Sokka's skepticism. Aang is happy because Aunt Wu predicts that Katara will marry a powerful bender, but becomes sad when she sees no love in his own future. She later hints that Aang could be with the one he loves if he follows his heart. Later, the group discovers that the nearby volcano is about to erupt, despite Aunt Wu's earlier prediction it wouldn't. After failing to convince the villagers, they use bending to create a warning sign in the clouds. The village is saved from eruption by Aang and the Earthbenders, and Wu tells Aang it's up to him to shape his destiny, reminding him of the power of his own agency. Sokka's doubts are humorously confirmed yet contradicted, as Aunt Wu was technically correct. The volcano didn't destroy the village. The group then leaves, heading on their journey. Episode 18. In this episode, Appa flies slowly with the entire Team Avatar, leading to some bickering. To ease the tension, Aang jokes about flying on Sokka's back to the North Pole. But this wasn't enough. They're suddenly attacked by waterbenders, revealing they found the Northern Water Tribe. At their capital, Agnikela, the team is warmly welcomed with a feast in their honor. Sokka meets Princess Yu and awkwardly tries to court her. On the other hand, Aang learns the Master Pakku won't give him special treatment and insists on starting waterbending training immediately. Admiral Zhao plans a massive invasion of the Northern Water Tribe, knowing Aang is seeking a master there. Meanwhile, Katara is shocked to learn that the Northern Tribe won't teach her waterbending due to her gender. Ah, that gender difference. Pakku suggests Aang teach Katara what he learns from Master Pakku, but sadly, Master Pakku discovers this and stops teaching Aang. Meanwhile, Zhao hires pirates to assassinate Zuko but fails. Zuko survives and maintains his cover, aided by Aira. Back to the Team Aang, Katara challenges Pakku to a fight over her right to learn waterbending and impresses him with her skill. Their conflict ends when Pakku recognizes Katara's necklace made for her grandmother. At last, Pakku accepts Katara as a student after learning about her connection to his past love. Sokka's romance with Yu gets complicated when her engagement is revealed. On the other side, Zhao's fleet advances toward the Northern Water Tribe, setting the stage for a major confrontation. Episode 19. The episode takes place in the Northern Water Tribe city of Agnikela, where a sparring session shows Katara's growth as a waterbender, as she easily defeats her training partner with her skills. Master Pakku acknowledges her progress and dedication, which have outshined mere talent. Elsewhere, Sokka and Princess Yu share a moment atop Appa, flying above the icy landscape. Their bond grows, although Yu's engagement casts a shadow of their budding relationship. Tension increases as the Fire Nation approaches, signaling a soot-filled snowfall reminiscent of Sokka's past. Admiral Zhao, alongside Arrow, prepares for an imminent siege, aiming to obliterate the last stronghold of the Water Tribe civilization. Inside Agnikela, preparations for war are underway, with Sokka volunteering for a dangerous covert mission. Now, that's a brave man. A slew of fireballs from the Fire Nation ships precedes a fierce battle, with Aang valiantly defending the city on his flying bison Appa. Meanwhile, Zuko, disguised with the enemy ranks, makes his way through icy waters on a solo mission to capture Aang. The episode ends with Zuko capturing an unconscious Aang, Katara and Sokka desperate to save their friend in a city under siege. Episode 20. In this last episode of Book 1, Katara, Sokka, and Princess Yu fly on Appa, looking for Aang, while the Fire Nation keeps attacking the Northern Water Tribe. Aang's spirit meets an annoying baboon spirit and a mysterious glowing spirit in the spirit world. Avatar Roku guides him to find the ancient spirits, Tu and La, for help. Even though Zuko's captured Aang's body, his spirit is with Roku, looking for a way to save the moon and ocean spirits from being destroyed by the Fire Nation. Zuko, with Aang over his shoulder, narrowly escapes, falling through cracking ice and taking shelter in a cave. As Aang learns from Roku about the spirits of Tu and La, Katara and Sokka chase a light in the skies that lead to Aang. After finding the duo, Katara defeats Zuko and they rescue Aang. On the other hand, Zhao captures the moon spirit too, causing the waterbenders to lose their power. Despite the temporary victories, Zhao is stopped by Ar and other warriors. Princess Yu sacrifices life to restore Tu and becomes the moon spirit herself. Aang joins forces with the ocean spirit La and defeats the Fire Nation soldiers, while the ocean spirit pulls Zhao away, presumably to his end. After the battle, it's decided that Katara will continue training Aang in waterbending. Aku will help rebuild the Southern Water Tribe, and Princess Yu's sacrifice becomes a legend. Zuko and Ar sail away quietly, and the Fire Lord learns of Zuko's failures and Ar's betrayal when tasks Azula with a mysterious new mission. So this was the end of Book 1, with Aang completing first steps in becoming the Avatar, and Team Avatar growing closer. But their journey is far from over, as Aang still has to learn Earth and firebending, and the Fire Nation is still a threat. What challenges will they face next? Only Book 2 can tell, so check that out.